Hello, my Bill 5000 Nation. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully, everyone's having a great day. If not, I hope it gets better from here. We are back with another That Chapter. This one is titled Teen Football Stars Terrifying Crimes When Rejected. This was actually suggested to me by a subscriber. They was really excited too because it's got an insurance dance, and everyone knows how much I love the insurance dance. It's amazing. It makes the day worthwhile. All right, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and get today's story. Go ahead, turn them lights down low. Put on something comfy, couple, something special. Let's get excited. There's an insurance dance. I'm excited.
Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this old video, we have a story which takes us to Texas. Yeehaw. Always interesting, you know, you've got that like Texas, Florida, New York trifecta of, real weird shit. This story is frightening, which starts with a mystery in a bedroom, and it twists, it turns, until, well, some men don't take rejection real well. But they won't hurt you. They will hurt everything you love. Oh, and by the way, real quick, before we get into it, you might have noticed this shirt I'm wearing. If you did, thanks. This is in fact some merch I'm releasing. It's a limited edition That Chapter shirt. Only a couple of hundred are being made right now. Something I've been working on since the summer. It was months and months. I wanted to make sure it got just right. I've sent samples for materials, for quality, for all of that. And yeah, pretty happy with this, and you can get one if you want. Check out the link here or in the pinned comment.
Or, you know, if you like his stuff, you can go down there and check out my store. Links in the description. Why not? I mean, that's what we're here for, right? But yeah, check out the Bill 5000 merch. It's amazing stuff. Some of the best out there. Can't tell me otherwise unless you go check it out for yourself.
Below. They're being made actually this very second, so they're going to be shipping late January, early February, but you can pre-order them right now. This shirt is absolutely perfect for people who like Hawaiian shirts that are black with that chapter written on it. What else can I say? So please give it a go. And
very specific.
Speaking of giving it a go,
Manuela Allen. Boy ain't got no shoes on.
There is something about small town Texas, guys, which, I don't know, kind of breeds murder. Because Olney is like the epitome of one. You got cowboys, you got endless fields of absolutely nothing at all, and most importantly, you got football. It's a town home to a surprising number of former NFL players, seeing how there's less than 3,000 people living there these days. And when the Friday night lights come on, everyone's out there for the Olney Cubs. And no one was out there cheering more proudly, cheering louder than Manuela Allen. Manuela, that's Mrs. Allen to you and I, was a teacher at the Olney High School, 49 years of age, in 2019. Manuela was there every Friday with her cowbell, cheering for the Cubs. And when she wasn't, she was in the classroom teaching English and German. Manuela always put the kids first. She was always there for them. And you know, whenever she saw like a kid slipping through the cracks, she was like, whoop, no you don't. For example.
That's fucking amazing. Gotta love teachers like that. Teachers like that, they make a difference.
She let her daughter, Melanie's boyfriend.
It's the teachers that just show up to work. Yeah.
Football player stay with them after he was kicked out of the house due to some troubles he was having. She just had a very big heart. Manuela Allen was born in 1970 in a place, that's a mouthful, Germany, to German parents. She grew up in a small Bavarian village, and it was while she was in college that she arrived in the good old US of A because she wanted to learn some English. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I probably would have went somewhere else. I mean, have you heard how we talk? We talk like, bro.
No diggity, no doubt. It was in college that she met Peter.
Boshizzy, man, is he?
Now Peter, military man, former Green Beret, very focused and determined, knew all the Latin phrases that military people use. And well, Peter and Manuela, they hit it off. They would marry and have 4 kids together, 2 boys, 2 girls, and move together to Olney. Manuela, the beloved, English and German teacher, while Peter, it's like the maths teacher. Sorry, Peter, it's just, math, it's not a popular one. And so it was July 7th, 2019, a Sunday, during the long, hot dog days of summer. Both Peter and Manuela, they were off because, as we all know, there's 3 really good reasons to become a teacher. That's called June, July, and August.
Summer break. Oh, that is good. That is so good. That would be the best part, but honestly, I'd rather be the bus driver. That sounds like a hell of a lot more fun.
The family had just returned from Germany, visiting Manuela's family, and were settling back home. That morning, Peter was surfing the internet, if you can believe that, when, at around 9 a.m., the youngest daughter, Kira, she popped the head in, saying, "Where's Mom?" Now, Peter said, the old wife, she's probably in bed, you can go check on her, it's Sunday. Peter had slept on the couch that morning because things were, not sehr good. And by not sehr good, snoring. They both snored, like, a lot. So Kira went and she was like, yeah, but the door to the bedroom is locked. So Peter said, go check the other way. Now, their house was kind of interesting, right? So you had the house and then you had the garage. There was a second entrance to the master bedroom via the garage. The garage led to a laundry room, which then led to the master bedroom. Okay. So Kira, she went that way, and it was open. When she went in there, well, Mom wasn't in the bedroom. But what was a whole lot of blood. A frightening amount. It was at that point they realized no Manuela, no bed sheets on the bed, and no car. Now, most people's first thoughts will go to every possibility except murder, because that's the one thing you do not want to be true. And so they were thinking, this is kind of weird, there's like blood all over the walls and on the floor. Maybe she cut herself by accident in bed and she drove herself to the hospital. Peter and Kira went there. There's a small hospital in downtown Olney Hamilton Hospital. And no, she wasn't there. Stumped and terrified, that's when they called the police.
911, where's your emergency?
I don't know how to describe it. My wife is missing, and there's blood all over her bedroom.
An officer arrived soon after that call at around 10.
Anyone else thinks the family sounds shady as shit? Like, how you not gonna know she did? If there's blood everywhere. And here's my other thing. There's blood everywhere. You automatically decide to just go to the hospital instead of calling the police in the first place. And if there's that much blood, did no one hear this happening? How loud do you snore, motherfucker?
10.
Morning, Mr. Allen.
Good morning.
What's going on this morning?
I have no idea. My wife's gone. Her car is gone. My daughter comes and says, "Hey, Dad, where's Mom?" And I go, "Well, just in the room sleeping." And she goes, "Well, no, the door's locked. I slept on the couch. Car's gone." So she goes through there and unlocks it. She comes up and said, "Dad, there's blood all over the place."
Okay.
And I have no idea.
You have your ID with you, Mr. Allen?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and step out here. Go ahead and come out here.
Usually her keys are hanging right there.
Okay, let's go ahead and go out to the living room. And you say you looked in the garage and the car's gone.
Well, the car would be parked right in front, yeah.
He took all the information and a bolo, be on the lookout, was put out.
Shows to be a white Arcadia. Pass the information along for our officers to look for it.
So what the hell happened? Peter and Kira had been in the house all night long, along with another child, Darian. Their oldest son was at college, the oldest daughter, Melanie, in Arlington. None had heard anything weird or suspicious. They'd last seen her at around 9 p.m. the previous night, and she seemed in her usual form. But clearly something bad had happened. The police noticed bloody, bare footprints on the tiles. This was even in the kitchen, which makes it even more unbelievable nobody noticed anything. They saw footprints and handprints, as if someone had tried to escape the bedroom, but had been dragged back in. Then, in that laundry room, which connects to the bedroom, bloody streaks. There had been a fight, a struggle, Manuela had tried to escape but was dragged back into the bedroom, and from there she was dragged out of the home, probably into her own car, and then, who knows.
There are drag marks through the garage where she was drugged out the back door.
It was literally unbelievable that the family had not heard a single thing, right? Husband Peter was sleeping on the couch just down the hall. If this was what it looked like, them all sleeping through this was insane. The family was questioned.
Like
Peter would
they
say he was on the
didn't?
couch because both him and his wife
Did they do it? Did they come? What the? How? Like, I could understand if it was all in the bedroom and there's like throw a pillow over her and you're stabbing the shit out of her and then you drag her out. I can get that. I can understand how you wouldn't hear anything. But for her to actually come out of that bedroom, go through everywhere, and be drugged back out, that's going to make a lot of fucking noise, bro. A lot.
were snorers, and if he ever had a single drop of the drink, he was on the couch. The kids would say they didn't hear anything and had no idea what had happened.
I woke up at 8:45 and I just got ready to go to the gym, and I went to go put my clothes in the washing machine, and I go to my mom's room because I have to go there to get to it, and the door is locked when I try to go in there, and I mean usually it's not locked. So I went and asked my dad where she was, and he looked really confused, and he just told me to go check around. To the
Shady.
garage.
Any particular conflict with any of the kids? Or
My children,
yeah, your children?
my children, that's my wife.
Okay.
And my wife, she's a federal that she's now built like a cat. She's big and big cat. So if somebody came in, I don't know that, but if somebody came in, she put up one hell of a fight, I'll tell you.
And how did you not hear it?
It was while questioning the family that a call came in. Manuela had been found. And now, you know what, folks? It's getting dark outside. Has been for a while because it's like the middle of winter. There's nothing better old Mike likes than a cup of hot cocoa. I want to get my dreams on. If that sounds like your cup of dream, then let's talk about Beam, who are sponsoring this whole video. Dream Powder is specifically formulated to help you get your best night's sleep. And as a company ran by former professional athletes, guess what? It turns out that sleep is actually important to function well. Who knew? A cup of dream is a pretty good way to say goodbye to the day. It comes in many different flavors. Honestly, I'd probably drink it all day, but well, I do need to be awake sometimes. There's no added sugar, it's only 15 calories, it's free of all the stuff you don't want, and it is clinically proven to give you the very best night's sleep ever. All you need, 1 to 2 scoops, water or milk, and the next day your skin be better, your mind be better, you be better. But you can't get any better, because you're great. It helps reduce stress, improves reaction time,
Thank
your
you.
immune system, and gives you the boosts you need by helping you get some good old-fashioned
great.
Z's. Personally, I'm a huge fan. I tend to sleep really badly because I'm always thinking of new videos I want to make. But with Dream, I get some hella good sleep, so I can get to making them. And as it is the holidays, Beam is having a hell of a sale. Follow the
Oh,
exclusive link in the description to shop Beam's biggest sale of the year and get up to 50% off for a limited time. Once again, please click the link below to get up to 50% off. Thank you to Beam for sponsoring this whole video. Get back to it.
Let's do it.
See, one officer, on a hunch, went to a nearby lake, a popular spot, and there he saw her car. Now, in and around, nothing. Well, no body. But for sure blood. The officer then started looking around the area, and near some trees he saw what looked like clothing. Her body was right there, wrapped in her own bloody sheets. Manuela had been stabbed and shot to death. Someone had gone into her room, attacked her there, and then dragged her out into the car and left her here.
Archer County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, this is going to be the one he's looking for. Dead.
What?
Why? Why take her body? It was pretty obvious what had happened in the home,
Man, that's crazy. Even the operator was like, huh? What? I love it.
so there was no need to hide it.
She had a good reaction.
But who had gone into her room? Well, near the body was both footprints and bicycle tracks. So, where to first? It was someone who knew the home well, knew the door to the bedroom would be unlocked as there was no forced entry, knew the garage code, knew where the keys would be. Someone with a bike, someone with a shoe size of 9 or 10, and someone with a real grudge against the teacher everyone loved. She'd been stabbed something like 47 times, stabbed in the back of the head, strangled, and then shot in the face. It's pure rage. The investigators looked at all angles, over a couple of following days, and they kept, again and again and again, kept coming back to the family.
Yeah.
Kept coming back to Peter. He was a former Green Beret, so he knew how to, kill people or something. The person who just so happened to not be in the room that night, who took his time calling 911, because this, apparently, doesn't look like a murder scene. And how did he not see the blood on the floor?
And I'll be honest with you, Peter, and we've been sitting here for probably 4 or 5 hours right now talking. I think there's more to it than what you're telling me. Okay? Just listen to me. You knew whoever left that blood was not alive, because that is too much blood. You knew that too because of your training.
I didn't know that too. I thought my wife was hurt, and I was hoping and praying she was hurt. Nobody wants to think that their wife has been murdered in their house while they sit in the living room. What kind of a man do you think it makes me feel like knowing that I was sitting in there while some was in there killing my wife?
They grilled him and grilled him and grilled him and grilled him because guess
He's got
what?
a point.
It's always husband kills wife for. It's a classic. His story did not
He's got a point.
change.
I did not hurt my wife. I cannot explain it.
Now, see, this is why I could not be a very good suspect. Because see how close he is to that fella right now? I cannot handle that. Oh my God, I would flip shit. I'd be in there for hitting an officer. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't handle that. I cannot.
I don't know what happened.
When this thing comes to a head and a jury believes you stabbed your wife 46 times, they're going to put you in the electric chair.
All the family gave DNA samples and fingerprint samples, and swiftly none matched what had been found and left behind. Further investigations would determine the way the house was built, very thick walls, so somewhat plausible no one had heard anything. The bikes in the house, they didn't match those tracks there. Peter, who was kind of like quite the gun collector, none of his weapons matched, had been used recently, and none matched the bullet that had killed his wife. Well, who knows if she was dead by then or not, but whatever she'd been shot in the face with, it wasn't his weapon. The police did find a witness who was in the area of the lake the morning of the murder. They would say they saw a man on the bike in the area. Didn't have much more than that, though. CCTV footage was obtained showing the same guy on his bike riding through town. Now, speaking of guns, one had been used, right? But they didn't know whose or whom's gun. One gun had been stolen earlier on in the summer, and so the police were wondering, is it the same guy? Perhaps someone had tried to steal some of Peter's guns, because he was a collector and he didn't really keep it to himself. Though it's Texas, so isn't everybody a gun collector there? So maybe someone had tried to break into Peter's home, steal some of his guns to sell. They were interrupted by Manuela, and take it from there.
Possibly.
The suspect for the previous gun theft was Corey Taylor, a troubled young kid who had interacted with the law a few times before, and he also went to Olney High. Police went to speak with him. But right before they could, as they were sauntering, moseying on over to his place, just about to go up the stairs to his place, they seen there's a little cubby under the stairs, and they were like, oh, have a look at that. Because hidden under the stairs was a bike. Upon closer examination, the treads matched the ones at the crime scene.
Dirty little bastard.
They asked Corey, hey, that your bike? And Corey said no, it wasn't his bike, actually. Get a load of this. But it was his friend's bike. His friend named Julius Mullins. Star running
Dirty
back
little
on
bastard.
the Olney Cubs. Now, when it came to school, not great. He struggled and he'd gotten in trouble, but on the field, he shined. And he shined in front of his ex-girlfriend, Manuela Allen. But they had broken up about 6 months earlier, and the breakup broke Julius. He got in more and more trouble. The wrong crowd, I'm talking. Drinking, drugs, devil's lettuce, devil's dandruff, all the devilly things.
The
And his dad
devil's
had actually
taint?
been like, alright, you're Audi 5000 if you keep that up, my
Never licked the devil's taint, bro.
friend. Now Corey, who they originally been wanting to speak with, he was quickly dismissed. He was fairly well, strongly alibied for it the night of the murder. But before they let him go, he did tell the police one other thing. That Julius had been carrying a gun. That in fact Corey and Julius had been the ones to break in and steal a gun a couple of months earlier. Now the police picked up Julius Mullins. Julius had been begging to get back with Melanie, but she wasn't having it. After the murder, Melanie had told the police she too suspected him. I mean, though, how could she have suspected him? 2 days after the murder, he put up a heart with a German flag in honor of Manuela Allen. Is that something a killer would do? Come on now.
Yes.
Murderous bastard killed my mother, and then she was like, she said all these other things like towards me. She was like, was it you? Was it you and Frank Hahn? I was like, did y'all plan this?
Who do you think did this?
I really don't know.
Julius believed she suspected him too, but he was saying he didn't have anything to do with it.
You want me to be honest with you, Julian? They think you did it.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he would have been in that house a lot, even though his shoe matched the print at the lake. That was enough. He was placed under arrest.
We know that you were out there, but not only that, but we know.
Ain't this the same son bitch that sit there and told the husband he knew he killed her? Dude, the shit you know don't mean shit no more. Just letting you know.
Your shoes were out there. Not only that, but we know your bicycle was out there.
Now, in the interview room, Julius wouldn't speak, however. But when he did ask if he could have a smoke, he went out, he smoked his smoke. Went back into the break room. Now he opened up a little. He had broken in and began stabbing Manuela to death.
What time did you go to the house when you actually killed her?
Like 2.
So when you went in there, was she asleep?
She screamed a lot.
She got up. Then what happened?
I slammed her to the ground.
You slammed her on the ground? Where at?
She went for the door.
Why did he break in? Why did he do this? Well, according to Julius, get this, Peter, the husband, was in on it. Wow, what an interesting world we live in.
How did Peter find you to get you involved?
I was at all sorts. He told me to get in the car. So I was like, alright, get in the car. He pulled out a gun, locked the doors, dragged it back, like right here, and like yanked it to him. He told me, he was like, I'm only going to tell you this once. And he said, if you tell anybody else, I'm going to kill your entire family.
See, now, the police didn't believe Julius could have done this alone. Manuela, as even husband Peter had said, yeah, she's a pretty big woman, she's pretty strong. Julius overpowering her, and then more importantly, like, she had tried to escape, he'd been able to drag her back in. He'd been able to drag her body out of the house without making much noise at all.
He told me he unlocked that window. And he told me, here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go in there.
You're doing what's right. What did he tell you to do after you got in there?
He told me he left a butterfly knife on the counter. That's what I would have to use to kill her. And Peter, he was awake. He was just sitting there on the couch and watching me do it.
He couldn't see you from there, right? In the
He
bedroom?
knew I was there.
So Mr. Allen just sat in the living room the whole time?
He helped me take her and put her in the car.
Julius said Peter had not only put him up to it, but had helped out. What a story.
Let me make sure I got this right. So after he made contact with you at Allsups, you left Allsups.
Went to the car, stayed there for like, honestly, I sat there and I was thinking of ways that I could not do it. Because I wanted to believe that he was wrong and he wouldn't do what he said he was going to do to my family.
Mm-hmm.
Julius was the killer. The fingerprints at the scene confirmed it. But Peter? Huh? Yeah, the police weren't buying it. There was no evidence that Peter was involved. Peter hadn't been at the store Julius said he met him at. CCTV proved that meeting between Julius and Peter never happened. And Julius, football player, strong, maybe he could have moved her, maybe adrenaline in the heat of the moment. All that. Nothing actually linked to Peter. So why had he said that? Well, it had been an excuse to hide the real reason. Because the real reason was revenge.
That's fucked up. See, I hate that. Like, they already thought it was the husband once, especially the dude that was actually questioning him. It was dead set that it was the husband. Then there was that little fuck. And then that little fuck's not like, no, the husband still want me to do it. And that couple's probably like, oh, happy day. Son of a bitch.
It had been because Melanie broke up with him, and so he wouldn't take it out on her, he would take it out on her beloved mother.
18-year-old Julius Mullins is charged in connection with the murder of the mother of four. He's being held in the Young County Jail on a $500,000 bond.
A little more than a week after the body of
He's got a gerbil face, little gerbil-faced fuck.
high school teacher Manuela Allen was found, authorities arrested one man in...
Look at that little gerbil face, man. Fuck him. He's gonna get in the butt. I just want everyone to know that. For however long he's in there, by the time he gets done with his sentence and he gets out, every time he farts, a tumbleweed's gonna just come rolling right out of that sumbitch. He's from Texas, hence the tumbleweed.
In connection to her murder, 18-year-old Julius Mullins, a close friend to Mullins' father, Len Bernhardt, and a mentor to Mullins, says he was going through a rough time.
You can tell that there was something troubling him, and he needed someone to help him to get through with that.
We also spoke to a resident who saw Mullins being arrested Monday night.
They questioned him a lot. They questioned a lot of people around him. They took pictures of his shoes, pictures of his feet. They put that into evidence. They took his bike.
They had a fairly bad breakup. It wasn't a very healthy relationship, you could tell from the outside looking in.
See, Julius would say he hadn't intended to kill anyone. In fact, he was breaking in to steal the guns. But that doesn't match the crime scene, which was rage. Julius would plead guilty to the murder of Manuela Allen, sparing everyone a trial. He was sentenced to 55 years in prison. His projected release date is 2074. And so ends the story of Manuela Allen and the rape.
There's gonna be some big tumbleweeds coming out that booty hole. Oh, shit. You know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas.
Rageful, violent, cowardly Julius Mullins. It seems like he actually would have gone into Melanie's room if she had in fact been there. She just happened to be out of town that particular night. Blood evidence from Julius was obviously dripping. It was on his feet and everything. Showed he had been standing outside her room. He probably had looked in to see if she was there. And well, she just hadn't been. So instead he took out his rage and his anger on her mom. Should have, I don't know, taken it out like on the football field. Or taken it out on his own head. That would have been better. Bounce off the wall a couple of times. See how you feel after that.
That'd been the best suggestion.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for having me. Alright, I really enjoyed today's video. If you all enjoyed today's video as much as I did, you know what you need to do? You need to go down there and hit that thumbs up. And while you're down there, you need to go on over and hit that subscribe button, because we do some crazy shit here. And if you want to know when that crazy shit happens, ding that bell. It'll let you know when my premieres happen, and you can jump in on there and join us over in the chat. And if you really want, links down in the description. Go check out my store. Got some amazing merch up there. So nice. So look, it's so hot you don't need to wear anything else with it. It'll keep you warm. You can go outside bucket naked with just like a necklace on, Bill 5000 necklace, and you'll be toasty. Yeah. Don't do that. Please don't do that. As always, be good to one another. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Man, Mike, that was crazy.